tuning in today. Today we're going to talk about the Tinder Swindler. I watched it the other day. It's a show on Netflix. It's like kind of like a true story documentary movie, or whatever, based on something that happened on the dating app Tinder. Now, if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. I took it to be very funny, you know. It's supposed to be a serious matter about this guy. His name on Tinder was Simon Levy, or how you say it. And he's supposed to been portraying the Prince of Diamonds. And his dad was supposed to be some rich billionaire, millionaire, whatever, one of the two, let's just say billionaire, diamond guy. And they traveled the world, doing exchange with import-exports of diamonds, like the kind that you see in the movie Blood Diamond, big diamonds, clearly cut, all of that kind of stuff or whatever. That is, who this guy is saying he is on Tinder. Based off a true story. I cannot stress that part enough, that this guy exists, he's out there, and I can't believe that it went down. So it starts off with the lady of the storyteller, you got the narrator, and they're talking about finding love on Tinder, how difficult that is, and how it seems to be like less and less people are able to find love on Tinder. Or any other, it didn't matter, Tinder, MySpace, Facebook, the whole social media, social etiquette of doing, swiping, swipe left, swipe right, it's all pretty much the same concept, no matter where you're at, POF, tags, like you name it, I've heard of it more or less, that's why I like the song, Paul Wall song, I got the internet going nuts, because, they came out with the show, TV show, Catfishing, or whatever, on MTV. So, catfishing is when someone is portraying themselves to be someone who they are not, I said my favorite episode is the Bow Wow episode, and it was such a popular episode that they invited the people from that episode to 106 & Park. It's one of the last 106 & Parks that I was allowed to watch before they took it off the air. I mean, look at what's going on now in the world, in the country, in U.S., whatever, just whatever. Now that we don't have 106 & Park and the other shows similar to it, like TRL or whatever that was called. Anyway, now they got the show Catfishing or whatever. So Catfishing, which at one point, you didn't think about the consequences of meeting someone from online dating or AOL. You got mail, you know what I'm saying, or any of the older sites that you may have come across, Black Planet and all of that, Friendster, heard of it, pretty much it's all the same. It's all the same. And I will give you this fair warning or whatever. It's all of those, unless it's like eHarmony maybe, or Chemistry, or J-Dates, or something like that, and maybe even with still those, it's always be careful, be cautious, because most of these sites are hookup sites. They're on there not because they're looking to, because they're lonely and they gotta work all the time, they can't get out. A lot of cases, whatever, most guys, I'm not saying that women aren't, because I feel like if you're on social media, you're on there looking for friends. Some people were closed in the networking side of things, so they're only looking for people. Like Facebook's original intention was people that went to college with you. So the original Facebook system, when it was the Facebook, it was basically based off of you had to have a edu. That means that the email that you're getting is whatever. Like the original, it started at Harvard, so it had to have a Harvard edu email in order to talk to the next person or whatever, and they both, had to have that or whatever. And it's like, if someone is on your campus, with that system, this is what made it so great at the time. With that system or whatever, I'm not saying it was impossible to catfish someone, but I am gonna say it would made it way more difficult to. Nowadays, you can just create an email and create an account. Like the school already verifies that this is your personal email. You only get one. So you get on there and you start messing up on there and all that. Boom, you're finished. That's it. You're done. But like I say, if you're on there, because I've hooked up with people on Facebook. I've met people on Facebook. I've made friends from people that we didn't know anything about each other, and then we met up, and then we kind of started talking or whatever. So I know what it's like, sites other than that, I've never really done Tinder. I've been on there, but Tinder is kind of like more major city, and I'm more like smaller or minor city or whatever. So if you're out here in Texas and you're one of the in a big populated area, then you're good to go. But if you're in a smaller populated area or whatever, not a lot of people are going or that are on Tinder. So, but if you are on Tinder, then that's, hey, they swiping right. Some people, whatever the mathematics of it is, just keep swiping. Just keep swiping. Because you never know, some people have their whole my type, some people have I ain't got no type. So let's say that with this Tinder Swindler, con artist basically, which you don't pick up on that he's a con artist, because you're like, well, everything seems to be going well. The first thing that happens is they meet up for coffee at this really nice hotel that he was staying in. So he had some form of money, I don't know to what extent his finances were, because they don't really go into that. It's a big gray area in this movie, the documentary or whatever, this Tinder Swindler thing, that I couldn't put my finger on. You know what I'm saying? So it was just above board, I might say. So okay, first thing that happens is spoiler alert. Before I go any further, I guess I definitely should say that, because again, it's really not a movie. It's based off facts. It's based off supposed, true events or whatever. Take it for what it is. But according to the storyline of what I was talking about in the movie, met up for coffee at the hotel. They hit it off. Next thing you know, he has to fly away on business. So he has a private jet, and he was like, would you like to go to... Now this is, okay, this whole story, this whole time or whatever, is never, I don't think they're ever in the U.S. I think the whole time, if I'm not mistaken or whatever, it is based overseas or whatever, like Europe and Australia and like maybe Germany or whatever, like different countries overseas or whatever. So none of this, I don't feel, was like U.S. based. I feel all the women, there's 3 women on there, and he does the process with them 3 different story times or whatever, and it's crazy. So, like I say, so the first chick or whatever, he flies her to wherever they go, Terrence, I think, and like I say, you have to see it, because I'm not too concerned about how accurate I am. I'm just concerned about getting, the gist of the story. So he goes, and next thing you know, they're there for like a day or 3 days or something, and then he flies. Then he meets up with his baby mama or something like that. And next thing you know, that is like an awkward plane flight home. And then then next thing you know, they're texting and texting and texting. He's supposedly flying around. Then he starts illustrating this drama in his life that, these people are after me. I need you to go to the bank and take out a loan for $20,000. I think is where it starts. Take out the loan for $20,000. I need to pay this and that. I'll pay you back. That is where, in my culture, I don't see this working, because ain't nobody finna take out no loan for me for no $20,000, even if I had money. It's like, again, black folks ain't gonna do that. It's just not. All these women were on the lighter pigmentation. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't really say that they're white, because they're European. So I can say that. I can say that all the women on this were colonizers. They would say on Black Panther, whatever, colonizers, whatever. So they were on the wider spectrum of Europeans, So they trusting, I guess. I don't know. My culture, not very trusting. I don't believe nothing that you gotta say. You could be telling the truth and they want you to lie to them. So I've been there, done that, seen that. So what the thing is, it started off like that, and then they were like, "Oh, let me." So it started off like that, the $20,000 for whatever reason, because he couldn't use his own credit cards. Is what he was saying. So he couldn't use his own credit cards because the people were tracking him. Then he showed his bodyguard injured and blood coming on his head or whatever, you know what I'm saying, in the back of the ambulance or whatever, like, oh wow. The bodyguard dude was pretty big too. So, has his whole entourage. Of course, he's got this money, and he can't use his money because they're tracking him. It's all the story, this is where the scam is coming into play. So I need you to go take out another loan, but this time take it out for like $250,000, $200,000, something like that. And oh my God, I was like, my top blew when that happened, because by the time this point in time, he's already talking about some, let's live together, This is what happens. They supposedly moving together in this apartment that's supposedly like $15,000 a month, and he's paid for it, and it's really nice. I mean, everything that they were doing was like really nice. The accommodation is always really nice. Private jets, hotels, food, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Going to see things that most normal, average poor folk don't see on a regular, And hey, he had her wrapped around his finger. Then, he was like, I'm gonna send you the money, to pay for it as it is, and blah, blah, blah. He sends like, no, he tells her to meet him at this airport, and then, or go to this airport or whatever, they have a ticket waiting for you, and then something about meeting him at this place, and then boom, there's like a $500,000 check. So then she goes and she's like worried because, you know, every day she's like checking with her bank about this check clear, you know, and then like she's like her funds is like depleting, you know. She's like she had like $4,000 in her account, I think, at the time, and just boom. So at this point in time, you know, he you know, cusses her out, and he's like a whole other person. He's treating her all mean and like, I don't know what you want, F you, this and that, you know, which also like, oh my god, you know. So next thing you know, there's one organization on this planet you do not play with, especially when it comes to money, because they'll bury you. they money in this world, taking it and or having it and not paying for having it, the IRS will bury you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't give them their money, that crime in itself is almost to them worse than murder. So yeah, I've seen people dealing with the IRS get more time, federal time, from not paying federal taxes with the IRS than I've seen people go out and assault someone or murder someone or whatever. I see, like, you know, I've seen people that murdered someone and got like out in 10 years, you know, 15 years, 25 years, you know. So just think about it, you know, they try to give you like 40 plus fed time, you know, so you gotta bring home like, you know, a little over half of that. So you gotta bring home like 25 years or something, you know. Like 70%. So anyway, that is so crazy to me. Then he goes along and he does to this other lady. At this point, you know what I'm saying, I've lost interest in the show. So I kind of, it's not the most exciting thing to watch. It's just, to me, kind of funny. And like, I can't believe that they allowed it to happen to them the way it did. I can't believe it, you know? So what happens is, he's apparently broke or whatever, and he needs the whichever one it is, I don't know if it's the first, second, or third lady, to give him money or whatever. Now, of course, we're humans, you know what I'm saying, we're all creatures of habit, so eventually, you know what I'm saying, she played on that. I think it was like he was supposed to see his son or something. Whatever the case was, lured him back to where Interpol could come along and arrest him. Now, does this story have a happy ending? Well, it just depends on who you're cheering for at this point. In my world, yes, it had a happy ending. You know what I'm saying? You know how they be like, don't give your information out. Oh, don't believe. You know what I'm saying? You might just be talking to the enemy. Be careful who you talk to. Be careful what you say or whatever. Yes, you know, I feel like there's a lot of red flags in there, and they ignored it. You know, looking for love, trying to please someone, and they ended up in debt, millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So now Simon Levy, on the other hand, he made out like a bandit. He got sentenced to 15 months in prison. What? Did 5, got out, and became like some sort of financial online influencer or some crap, and was getting paid to drive nice cars and have nice stuff and go nice places or whatever. So somebody, he was like influencer or something, and now he's like, he went from now he doesn't have to worry about money anymore. You know, now he's rich off the, you know. And I said this, and this is what I said, and this is what I say, and this is what I keep saying. He was a pimp. That old Simon Levy dude or whatever, that old Tinder Swindler. Tinder Swindler. That is a funny name for a movie, by the way. He was a P-I-M-P pimp. You know, I don't care what you heard about me. He is that P-I-M-P. Because he took 3 women and, you know, off of their work efforts and whatever. You know, even you a pimp, even if it's not sexual or whatever, because he didn't make them turn tricks or whatever, but they were giving all their money to him, so that's pimping. You know, I mean, personally, I feel like in the workforce or whatever, if you're working as low as McDonald's and you're a cashier or a cook, you getting pimped. Like, they giving you the crumbs, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they're like, oh, little rat, you little crumbs and cheese, you know? And then they get in like the whole slice thing. So, I mean, again, pimping is pimping. It's structured that way. Like they say, they call it a pyramid scheme, you know? So, the guy at the top of the pyramid is sitting good. Like, that's the money is going up. They say shit rolls downhill, and you the ones getting shitted on. So just think about that. I mean, if it were me in his situation, and I could do and get away with what he's gotten away with and do, you know, with all of this and that, then yes, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would Tinder Swindler him left and right, because you had a choice in the matter. Nobody forced you to do that, and so they can't be too upset. So then, by the end of the movie and everything, documentary, they asked the girl, the narrator or whatever, is she? Well, first they said that you know, Simon Levy or whatever his real name is, or whatever, is still on online, still on Tinder or whatever, still probably swindling them. You know, so be careful with catfishing and all that. And then they spoke to the girl, and she was like, lady was like, Tinder had nothing to do with this, you know. I liked how they came back around and did that disclosure or whatever, letting them know, hey, from her mouth to our ears, Tinder had nothing to do with this. This wasn't Tinder's fault that they got swindled. It's not Tinder's fault that they got tricked. It's their fault. It's their problem. They were the ones who were dumb enough to fall for that. And I mean, I don't care. If you're online and someone's asking you for anything, like, that could be a financial gain to them, your social, your email, your Cash App, you know what I'm saying? No. No. It's already bad enough that you clicking on this and on cookies on that and downloading this and has a Trojan horse on there or something. Like, these are the things you have to worry about. Like, there's somebody out there always trying to get you. I hate that. I hate that's the case, but it is what it is. I appreciate y'all for listening to me talk about the whole Tinder Swindler situation that's going on. And man, maybe I'll get to see y'all more throughout the year. I am here. I try to post as regularly as possible. I mean, I try to post every day, and I never know exactly what I'm gonna post until I sit there and think about it and be like, oh yeah, let me post that. So, thank y'all for the opportunity to inform y'all about the Tinder Swindler and all the tricks that he's got going on. And they say, be careful, ladies, as the Tinder Swindler is still out there. He is still out there. He is still out there. So, anyway. Hello, YouTube world. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I drop hot content like this, and stay tuned for the next video.